Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Duology Theater was made possible by producer Nolan Matten. Thank you, Nolan. It was also made possible by contributions from listeners like you. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hello, people.
Welcome to Duology Theater. As you can imagine, it's, it's been a week.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually recording this at the beginning of the week, so Lord knows what's happening at the end of the week right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope everybody's good.
Yeah.
I don't want to start us off too much of a downer because we're talking about The Mask of Zorro, which is a happy occasion.
Yeah, and it's also about uprising against unjust rulers.
That's true. That is true. It's kind of fitting, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. We should all look to Zorro.
Mm-hmm.
Start carrying swords. Actually, don't do swords.
Don't do swords.
It's not great.
Mm-mm. No, that's not a good message.
No, not a good message. So yeah, this is this month duology in June,
mm-hmm.
which means we're watching what apparently there's a sequel to this?
The Legend of Zorro.
The 2005?
Yeah, it took them a long time to get the sequel together.
Yeah, cuz this is like 98, right?
It is, yeah.
This is directed by Martin Campbell.
Mm-hmm. Director of GoldenEye and Casino Royale, the
Yeah, which is the weirdest goddamn thing about Martin Campbell to me. It's never not been weird that Martin Campbell directed GoldenEye, and then when it was time to reboot Bond again,
mm-hmm. in
a completely different tone, they were like, well, let's just get Martin Campbell again.
Yeah.
And he pulled it the fuck off.
I was got to double check. I think his only miss is Green Lantern.
Well, he also directed, I believe, Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson.
Oh, really?
Are you checking?
Well, that's too bad. Yeah, I'm checking.
Yeah, I know this because my mother met him.
Yeah,
because they filmed Edge of Darkness on the mountain my parents often hike.
Oh, okay.
And since it's a national park, they couldn't just close it down. So my parents they hike up there like once or twice or three times a day. Mm-hmm. So they just wander onto the set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so and they couldn't do anything about it. So my parents just would just wander around. They made friends with the crew because that's what they do. They talk to people because they're weirdos.
Because they're old people. That's just
exactly.
Apparently,
they wander around.
Edge of Darkness is a movie remake of a British
TV show
miniseries that Martin Campbell also directed.
Whoa! I didn't know he also directed it.
He won a BAFTA for it.
That's interesting. It's not. It could have been a good movie. In fact, I saw it in Chicago when I lived in Chicago, and I was really homesick because my hometown is in it, and the audience was fucking loving it. And this is post Mel Gibson.
This is post second Mel Gibson meltdown.
Yeah.
So
it's
when he's really radioactive.
Yeah, but I think everybody forgot about that movie for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Because, it's a real shame. For me personally, because it's not just my hometown that they filmed in. Mm-hmm. It literally takes place in my hometown. Like the name of the town, it is the town. That's what's neat about it.
Man, if only they'd cast a different actor.
Yeah. If only they did. I would have really appreciated that, Martin Campbell. What the hell, man?
What the fuck,
But yeah,
dude?
there's something kind of wild about this director. The fact that he
put Guy Pearce in it or something, you'd knob.
Yeah. No, yeah. What has Guy Pearce ever done? Get Guy Pearce in there.
Nothing, I don't think.
I don't know. Who can say?
Who can say? I don't know what
he
Guy
looks like
Pearce
a monster.
does at night.
Yeah.
He does kind of look like a monster.
He does. But yeah, Martin Campbell fucking doing probably the two best James Bonds of the I don't know, the last 30 years. Has it been, yeah. And then
hands down.
doing Zorro.
Yeah.
And Tom, what's your relationship with this movie?
I saw it in the theater.
Okay. I've seen it before, but I never really. It's one of those movies that I never remember.
It's a movie.
Like
yeah,
it wipes my memory every time.
Yeah, it's a movie. I saw it in the theater, and was actually like really blown away by how much I liked it. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did.
Yes, it is.
But it's a movie that I haven't watched much since then. So I've maybe seen it 3 or 4 times in my life.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid movie.
We don't talk about this movie much, like the society. But it's a really goddamn good Zorro movie.
It is, yeah.
It's Antonio Banderas.
Indeed.
Kathleen Zeta-Jones.
Yes.
Zeta?
Yeah, Zeta. Yeah. This was actually
Mrs. Douglas.
Her breakout American movie.
Yeah. And fucking Anthony Hopkins as old Zorro. I love when they de-age him. He looks like swanky as fuck.
Yeah, he looks glorious.
Yeah, he
looks like George Hamilton when they de-age him.
Those sideburns, man.
Yeah.
Those sideburns can fucking bone.
Oh, man. I think it's just makeup too.
Yeah.
We weren't using computers to de-age people at this point.
No, but
it didn't look as good.
It looked good.
Yeah, no,
de-aging
he looked like
makeup.
a young man, yeah, or a younger man, like a guy in his 40s or 50s.
I was also surprised by both with him and like this is one of those things where maybe if you watch this in like high def, it makes a difference. But like they do a lot of stunts where they're pointed right at the stuntman's face. And you can't quite tell. And maybe because the shots are quick or it's just far enough away.
Yeah, there's a couple of shots where, I mean, it was more obvious with Anthony Hopkins stuff, but with some of, with a lot of Banderas' stunts, I legit couldn't tell if it was him or the stuntman.
Right. For a while, I was like, is he doing this stunt? I think they just got a dude who really looks like him.
They must have, yeah, because there's a whole scene where he does like this glorious flip on top of a table and sword fights. And it's like an extended shot and we can see his face. And I can't tell if that's Antonio Banderas or not.
I can't. I think it's the Zorro mask helps, but it's still, I mean, it's one of those things where it's the Green Lantern situation where it's like, yeah, we can all see your face, man. You act like we can't see your face, but we can tell who you are.
Yeah, we
You're
know
clearly Antonio Banderas.
We know who you are. I can tell you're Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, it's weird that other people don't know, but we know. We can tell. Yeah, he's basically just Batman, huh?
He's Batman. Then legendary rip-off artist Bob Kane,
right,
lifted a lot of Zorro. I mean, obviously, he's a rich guy. His look,
right?
You know,
he saw Zorro and he was like, "But what if a Batman?
But what if he was Batman?"
Yeah, and honestly, just as batshit as I guess a dude with a sword carving Z's. I mean, it's all madness.
Yeah, Zorro is less unbelievable than Batman is. Zorro's just a guy, like a freedom fighter wearing a mask.
Right, yeah, he's not animal themed.
No, and he's not like, if people don't think he's a creature, he doesn't have impossible gadgets. He just has a fucking sword.
And a whip.
He does have
that
a
whip.
Yeah. Hopkins wields that whip. I don't think Banderas ever uses it, but
yeah.
This dude in a fucking sweet cape.
So this movie begins with a flashback of soon to be Zorro watching OG Zorro do some Zorro shit.
Yeah.
The kids happily kill 5 men with a statue.
Yep.
Which was pretty great.
Yeah, that's pretty bitchin'. It's the Mexican War of Independence, was when this beginning shot takes place.
Okay. I love that everybody just loves Zorro too. Like they don't even hide it.
Yeah. He's the man of the people.
Yeah. and so the premise is, I don't know anything about like the source material.
Yeah, no, me either. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is my only connection to Zorro is this film. I didn't watch any of the old movies or serials when I was a kid. This is it.
So I assume they're doing a thing which is I know there's another movie that does this where they almost continue the canon. Mm-hmm. Like I'd like to think that Anthony Hopkins is supposed to be the Zorro that people grew up with.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and this is like Antonio Banderas sort of taken over the new generation of Zorro. Mm-hmm. The ending of Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know there's like other movies that did this. The like superhero movies I feel like did this, like
Ant-Man.
soft reboot. Ant-Man, thank you. Jeez.
Green Lantern, actually.
Does Green Lantern do it?
Yeah. I don't think Hal Jordan's the first Green Lantern. I could be wrong.
Okay.
He might be. I can't remember.
So yeah, as a kid, he and his friend get Zorro's necklace because they kill 5 people to save Zorro.
His brother.
His brother, yeah.
Remember, they grow up and become thieves that rob the Mexican army because they're unjust, and then they.
Right, with their weird scumbag friend.
I fucking love that guy.
Well,
Three-Finger Jack.
Three-Finger Jack has the best moment of this film, hands down. His death
is incredible.
Legendary. Fucking. I don't know what he was planning.
I
don't know what he was planning.
He was planning to get shot, but he was going to do it flying through the air with a pickaxe.
Yeah. Okay, let's just skip to that. First of all, also the weird water gag he does with them. No one's watching when he does that. At the beginning, he makes them sing for water because you think he's captured them, and it turns out he's in on the grift.
That was for our benefit. That was to fool us.
Yeah, it's just funny because they're all alone in the desert, and he's treating them like shit.
Well, he
makes them sing and then gives them an empty canteen.
Yeah, he's treating them like they're his prisoners.
Right, and it's like, I don't know who that's for. I guess that's just for his fun.
Yeah, that's just for us.
But then he gets captured, and Zorro's brother is killed, or he kills himself rather than being killed.
Rather than be killed by the evil army captain, Evil Will Forte. I kept calling him.
Yes, Evil Will Forte. Thank you. Who is that actor?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen him in anything else.
He's doing a great job.
He looks like Evil Will Forte. I don't know how else to describe him.
No, that's it. That's the only way to describe him. He would do every now and then. There'd be a face, and I'd be like, this is Will Forte.
His name is Matt Letcher. He's done some stuff, but this is the only thing I think I've seen him in, yeah.
I mean, this is also... He has the second best death in this movie.
Oh, my God, yes.
Murdered by gold. He gets crushed by gold, and then the thing in the shot, you see his fucking Muppet corpse like pinwheel by the camera briefly as the thing's crashing.
That end double. They do like a double play death of him and Stuart Wilson, who plays the main bad guy, Don Raphael. He gets dragged off this cliff by a wagon full of gold. The wagon full of gold tips over and crushes Evil Will Forte with gold. And then the wagon smashes into the platform he's on. And then in addition to seeing his fake little Muppet body go spinning by, you also see Stuart Wilson's fake Muppet body.
It's fucking great.
Get like whipped against the side of the canyon. It was incredible.
It's a real John Lithgow in cliffhanger moment.
It truly is. It reminded me of the Tank Commander in Last Crusade.
Oh yeah, this little dummy on there. His little
toy
dummy.
body.
Yeah, that's great.
Fucking flipping down the mountain. Oh shit! Yeah, he gets turbo murdered. Mm-hmm.
This movie is really like, we tend to talk about. We never agreed to, but in Duology Theater we tend to like analyze the movies more. Mm-hmm. And this one feels harder for me because, unlike The Raid, mm-hmm. unlike Escape from New York and L.A., unlike even Young Guns, which I assumed wasn't going to be a deep conversation, what brings me joy in this movie is how it feels like a mindless 90s adventure. The kind that I just love, you know?
Yeah, like it's really, really solid for a couple of reasons. One is the stunt work.
Yeah, the stunts are huge.
The stunts are huge. All the sword fighting looks really, really good. And the swords they used were real in the sword fights.
Yeah, that checks out.
They're trained by the same guy that did the sword training for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's the same sword trainer, I believe, for Darth Vader, for Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think that guy's just been around.
Yeah, Bob Anderson.
Yeah, I believe that's the name.
Highlander, which, okay. The Princess Bride, way more impressive. That sword fight's really good.
Look, it depends on how much you give him or how many days he's on.
That's true, yeah.
Highlander, he's like, all right, let me show you a couple moves. All right, I got to go.
But yeah, the sword work in this movie is awesome.
It better be.
Right, and I think we've talked about that before, like off mic.
We were talking about it. We were watching Musketeers, and I think I commented, I was like, sword work's good. And it's another one of those things where it's like, yeah, you're making a Musketeers movie. Even the worst Musketeers movie has to have baseline good sword fighting because what's the point otherwise?
Right, yeah, and it's like when you're making a Zorro movie, it's like, well, the fucking sword stuff better be awesome. Because that's what Zorro is.
Yeah.
It's like doing a Robin Hood movie and all the bow work is shitty. It's like, why even do it? Like he's like
doing the new Robin Hood movie.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got to be out there like Legolas.
Oh, actually, in the defense of the new Robin Hood, they did get like a weird stunt bow guy for that. They just didn't film it good.
Right. I don't remember a single.
It's barely in the movie.
Right. Yeah. I could not tell you. We've watched it twice, and I couldn't tell you a single bow moment from the new Robin Hood. So yeah, it's all the stunt work in this movie is really awesome. There's it's mostly practical. I think it's actually all practical.
Yeah, that checks out.
It's, we already talked about, you have a solid director, Martin Campbell, who really, he lets a lot of there's not a lot of cuts in this movie. Like he lets a lot of scenes breathe, which is good because the actors all have really good chemistry. Like particularly Banderas and Anthony Hopkins are really good together.
Yeah, they're fantastic. That's another shot when he's doing push-ups over candles.
Yeah.
We're seeing his face there.
That's him.
I think that's just Antonio Banderas doing them push-ups over candles.
And that's one shot.
Yeah.
Like it starts in on the candles and it zooms out. Oh, he's doing push-ups above candles. And then it zooms out even more. It's like, oh, Anthony Hopkins has his feet up on his back and is reading a book while he's doing push-ups.
What a great moment in time.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It was written by Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, who are the guys that did the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, no shit.
Uh-huh.
That super checks out.
Yeah.
Pirates being another series that even, I would argue, even the shitty ones, they still have swashbuckling. Because they know, like...
I haven't seen the newest one, and I really, I really enjoyed the first two. The third one I only saw once, and the fourth one I only saw once, because they're both bad.
Yeah, they keep getting worse, but they just still do practical stunts in them and sword fighting. They just do less as the movies progress.
Okay.
And the plot just starts becoming utter dog shit.
Just nonsense.
Just absolute nonsense.
But that first Pirates movie fucking rules.
that first goddamn sword fight.
Between him and Orlando Bloom in the barn?
Yeah, in the barn.
It's great.
The blacksmith. It's fucking like that should have been the level those movies stayed at, you know?
They tried to, at least like I said, I still enjoy the second one, and they have that really cool three-way sword fight that they're in the wheel for part of it. Yeah.
Which again was done practically for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
It's like that's pretty important with these.
It has to be for, I think it has to be for adventure movies.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I think we've debated a little bit, but I think we generally agree that, like, if you're making an action movie, like, it's practical stunts all the way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why are you making it?
Yeah, the action has to feel real, or else it won't get the same emotion out of you. Even
the Marvel films. That's why, like, every time I rewatch Winter Soldier, I mean, I'm not the first person to say this. It's like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
This might be one of the best, if not the best Marvel film, because one of the things they do is they're like, yeah, let's make the stunts fucking practical for the most part. as much as they can. I think the Russo brothers did a surprisingly good job at keeping stunts in those, because again, you're just, why else watch it to see like a dude flipping around or a lady?
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. So yeah, this has that a lot. I noticed the action's kind of cartoony.
A little bit.
I was surprised by that. Like there's not much blood. He wails on that guy with the cannonball, and he spits out teeth.
He spits out teeth. Yeah, they when he knocks the two guys out of the water chute, there's the literal "fweet" sound. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Zorro even moves cartoony. Like just that cannonball shot. If you notice, they like look at the guy spitting out teeth. They look back up, and he's like standing by the cannon, and it's like lit and ready to go.
Yeah, like Bugs Bunny.
It's very Bugs Bunny. Like he moves at a super speed in times.
At times, yeah. You're right. I was noticing that, and I don't think it's necessarily cartoony so much as it's swashbuckling for the rest of it, because he's very like ho ho, and like he doesn't actually kill anyone except for evil Will Forte.
Yeah, when he does, he really makes it count.
Oh, yeah, he stabs him right to the fucking torso.
Yeah.
And gets crushed by tons of gold bars.
It's a family affair, I guess, this movie, but it's right on that line. It's the action's a little cartoony, but not so cartoony that like death doesn't matter. Like it works.
Yeah, the movie's still pretty violent.
Yeah.
It's brutal in spots.
It's kind of quaint. Like I could see it actually getting a little criticism for it, because it's a very, everything's it's like just toned down version of sex and violence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this movie is fucking horny on main.
Oh, it's horny.
This is one of the horniest movies I've seen.
That sword fight. Yeah. I mean, that's probably one of the more memorable parts of this whole movie is he slashes her top off,
mm-hmm.
and it's like charming to do that, mm-hmm. which I don't know. I'm not a lady, but I don't think that's something they appreciate.
Yeah,
generally.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never tried it. I've never but like dressing like Zorro and cutting a woman's top off. Also, he does close-up magic, which in my book is even bigger red flag.
He
but
does do close-up magic.
When he meets her, he does a sleight of hand. Not even a good sleight of hand.
It's not bad. I mean, it's telegraphed.
You know where that flower came from.
Yeah.
he like turns his hand and he's got the flower, and it's like, oh, it was just you forced. Okay, whatever. Cool,
yeah,
man.
It's close-up magic, but I think he's doing it more to be like, oh, isn't that charming?
Right, but also this is set in a time where people, were still thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. I guess. Yeah. Some asshole in a fluffy top hat does that to you now in a bar. It's just like, I'm going the other way,
mm-hmm.
sir.
Yeah, I'm not 6.
Yeah. Cool trick, party clown. See you later.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna speak to that scene so much, I guess, because it has obviously problematic stuff about it.
Okay. I mean, I'm not the authority on this.
Right,
and
exactly.
In fact, shouldn't be weighing in on it. But the tone of the scene, they make her aggressive and very, very horny right away. She goes after him. It's in the middle. They're sword fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, it's playful, and they clearly are into each other.
Right.
That's that point.
Yeah. It's a playful scene. So it's obviously was written by a bunch of men.
Yeah. But I think their performances make it so that it's wafting horniness.
Yeah.
At all times. So like even from the start of their sword fight, it's very clear that it's just like these two want to fuck.
They're vibing pretty hard. They should just fuck.
Yeah.
Real hard.
But she could have done a little slashy slash and his dong just flops out. Why couldn't we have that? just flops out. Just unfurls out of his pants.
Oh, man.
Gets all embarrassed.
would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Have you seen that picture or there's video, I think of it too, where Lenny Kravitz's dong just exploded out of his pants in the middle of a concert?
I've never seen that. I didn't know it existed. I'm going to have to look it up.
Now you got to look it up. But that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, they should
just
do
like
that
a
more
fucking
often.
Jack in a Box. Movies don't have enough male full frontal nudity in like specifically adventure films.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, I think we do. I think everybody would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Just swing some major dong in the next Pirates movie. That's how you resurrect the franchise.
Fuck it.
Fucking hang dong.
Yeah, let's see what Davy Jones has.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on down there.
Yeah,
kind of weird shit's down there. Does he have to feed it?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, his face is tentacles.
Yeah.
His arm's a crab. Christ knows what's down in his crotch.
Oh God. Kathleen Zeta-Jones's character is tricky, I would say, and not just because of that, because she's such a good actress that she's really pulling it off.
She is,
but
yeah.
I do think her character's underwritten,
very much,
and
so.
mainly the fact that she really gets over both of her dads getting murdered
immediately.
Yeah,
it's that I noticed it the most. You're right; she is underwritten. She has a couple of really good scenes. The sword fighting
she's just
scene
such a good actress,
sword fighting scene is one of them. Another one is the scene in which she discovers that Anthony Hopkins is her father.
Yes.
Everybody's acting their ass off in that scene.
She's sort of, in terms of characters, if you were choosing protagonists by who has the most complex story, she should be the protagonist. Yeah.
Because she gets stolen as a baby by Stuart Wilson, and he raises her as his daughter.
Yeah, and he doesn't raise her bad.
No, not really, because she somehow comes out like believing in like democracy and goodness, and he's just a fucking villainous clown.
Right. I think the implication is that it's like genetic.
Sure.
But he does seem to like he does put a gun to her head.
He sure does.
But then he says it's a bluff, which I don't know if he can. If Bruce Willis in The Last Boy Scout can put a gun to his daughter's head, why can't this guy? You know, she's older.
Such a great scene.
Why are we cheering Bruce Willis for pointing a loaded gun at his 10-year-old daughter?
Wait, fuck. They say
maybe 12. I don't know.
It's part of that line when he says, "I'm going to stick an umbrella up your ass and open it."
Oh, okay.
13, I think. Anyway,
13. Yeah, all right. Because she's a real rebel kid. Mm-hmm. She calls him a fuck up.
She does.
Yeah.
All right, but we've talked about The Last Boy Scout already.
We have, but yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that that's kind of bad. But then he says he believed I would shoot my own daughter, and he does seem like he's legitimately not endangering or meaning to endanger her. I'm not gonna defend the villain for stealing a baby and raising her, but the point is that they make him. It's almost like they purposely make it complex. She's not, it's the guy who raised her. So you'd think she'd have a little more attachment to him.
Yeah, the scene where it's most apparent how little she probably had to work with on the page is in that shot where he puts a gun to her head. Right before that, Hopkins has got Stuart Wilson like his sword to his neck, like he's about to kill him, and then she says no and jumps in front of him, and then he does the hostage bit and gets Hopkins to drop his sword and then goes to shoot him, and then she jumps in front of Hopkins and says no again.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
She's like, I have two dads and I want them both.
My two dads.
Yes. And so it really speaks to Catherine Zeta-Jones, because she makes me believe her just by her expressions.
Yeah, she does a lot of face acting in this.
Yeah, they clearly didn't give her the lines, so she has to just do it all on her face to show how conflicted she is. But then her dad gets stabbed by her other dad and thrown off a cliff with some gold.
He doesn't actually stab Stuart Wilson.
Oh, does he just tie him to like the thing?
His foot's in it, so he just cuts the wagon loose. Like he's got the drop on Hopkins. And
she doesn't know any of that.
No, she doesn't see any of that because she runs down to let the people out of the cages. They had locked all the mine workers in the cage to kill along with the mine when they blow it up because they don't want Santa Anna to find out that they're trying to buy California from him with gold that they took from land he owned.
They got a real scheme going on.
It's a real scheme.
But there's this moment where, when after he takes her hostage and then she defends Anthony Hopkins, then like they keep sword fighting and Anthony Hopkins is just like, go save them. Yeah. And she's just sort of on his side from there on.
Yeah.
And then when
one of your dads has a bunch of people locked in cages that he's about to murder.
Yeah. This is true.
I feel like I'm going to go with the dad that's telling me to let them out.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Anthony Hopkins dies, and she's like holding his hand and like saying goodbye and calls him father. And it's like, man, this is a lot to go through in an afternoon. Mm-hmm. She's having a tough. It's like it's been like a day since she learned that somebody else is her father, and that she's mortal enemies with the guy she thought was his father.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, whole lot.
Yeah, and so it's, I don't know. They do a fine job with it, but it's definitely what I would consider the weakest part of the movie is how little attention her character gets.
Yeah. There's not, I mean, we don't necessarily need it, but there's not much motivation for evil Will Forte. He's just evil.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We have enough from Stuart Wilson. Like, we really understand what his character is and where he's coming from.
Yeah, and that's sort of the stuff where, like, that's where, like, the nostalgia comes in for me, is when the bad guys are just bad guys. Yeah. They're just shitty dudes.
Yeah, they're just fucking evil for no reason.
Yeah, and I'm just like, sure, fuck it.
Like, I get Don Raphael. He wants California, and he wants to govern and expand his own wealth and everything, and he was obsessed with Hopkins' wife, which is why he took his daughter.
Yeah, they do a very good job at kind of getting that all out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the opening.
Because, the way they do is he's also protective of her. Mm-hmm. And so when she gets shot by one of his guards... He
immediately kills the guy.
Yeah, it's like first order of business.
Stab him you.
Yeah. So they definitely do a good job with that. Of like sort of justifying why he would take this kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they could have made that more complex. They could have made it like, I loved her too, and I've raised this daughter well. None of that really comes out. He's just fucking evil.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a you understand his motivations though. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has a clear, like, he wants to be governor of California, and he wants his own land, and and expand the.
And Will Forte is just keeping heads in jars.
Right, Will Forte is just a psychopath, I think.
Yeah, I like that. That it reminds me of Deadwood, where it's like, everybody's kind of a sociopath.
Yeah,
and then
that's the phrase I should have used. Yeah, but yeah, the head in the jar is a real reveal. Like that's like, oh, like I knew.
Antonio takes it like a champ.
He does. He drinks the liquid out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's his brother's
head.
Liquid.
Yeah, and
then it's not gross.
It's served to him by the guy who's trying to flex on him, who killed his brother. Yeah, and be like, fuck, I drink that water too. Fuck
you got to. It's
because like up until that point, you're just like, oh, this guy's just kind of a creep and an asshole, and then when he pulls that head out, you're like, oh, there's some real darkness at work here.
Mm-hmm. And it actually explains it.
It's a whole new ball game.
It's a real quick and easy way to like make that guy just like, oh, okay, so he's just a maniac. Got it.
Fucking
reading
maniac.
You loud and clear. All right. I mean, not as much of a maniac as the minecart guy. We haven't really broken that down. What's the character's name? Jack? Three-Finger Jack or something?
Yeah, Three-Finger Jack.
He gets enslaved, and he's working at the
gold mine.
Gold mine, and Antonio Banderas is in Bruce Wayne mode, and he goes with all the rich fucks to see the mine. I don't know why the villains like couldn't just tell them his plan. I think
he just wanted to show them, I do actually have all this gold. Here's where it's coming
from.
I can make this happen.
Right. And then Three Finger Jack is just like, ah! Like he sees all these rich fucks and he's like, all right, you know what?
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna die either way, but why not die giving these people nightmares?
Mm-hmm.
And so he like screams some stuff at them. He's sitting in the mine cart.
He's sitting in a little mine cart, just shouting at them for like, yeah, sure, I'm a thief, but you steal people's lives.
Yeah, and he seems like he's just on his break, which I don't think is a thing.
I'm not sure what he was doing.
I feel like the guards were just like, look, let's just leave that guy alone. He's bitten several of us so far. We'll just leave him be. He does good work. And so then he like trips the thing on the mine cart, and it goes fucking tooling down the track, and hits the end, right?
Yeah.
While Jack's screaming and holding up a pickaxe, and then the impact sends him catapulting through the air.
Sure does.
At the bad guy, who just shoots him.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's the Ballad of Three Finger Jack.
Yeah, and Jack just fucking dies laughing.
Yep.
And it's like, what a goddamn hero.
Yeah, that guy that we should write songs and build a monument about that guy.
Yeah, there should be a monument of him soaring through the air with a pickaxe
raised
in both hands. Yeah, because it was like, it's a win-win right there, because it's like, all right, I'm gonna die anyway. Maybe I can drive this pickaxe into this guy's head before he shoots me. Let's make it a fun game, shall we? Let's find out. Unfortunately, he learns that the guy can shoot him, but it's like, again, win-win.
Yeah.
No, everybody is changed from then on.
Yeah, no, everybody will forever define their lives as before that moment and after that moment.
Yeah. All those people, anybody who survived, years down the line, they're going to be eaten with their families and then just get like real quiet and distant for a second. And then they'll be like, honey, what's wrong? And it's like, no, nothing. And then they'll go back to their lives, and it'll happen every now and then. Because he's great.
Yeah. I just have to spend a couple of minutes thinking about it.
Yeah. We haven't really gone through the plot.
I mean,
there's nothing to go through. It's just it's
pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, Hopkins trains Antonio Banderas to be the new Zorro so he can get revenge on Will Forte and topple Don Raphael.
Right, and I would say it is just a solid film, and the aspects of it that feel problematic to their time, which doesn't really excuse it.
Right.
But considering that they're not that egregious.
Well, we haven't addressed the major one, which is all the brown face.
Oh, shit. You're right. Yeah, that's pretty egregious.
It's egregious, yeah. I mean, thank fucking Christ they cast Antonio Banderas in the lead role at least, but...
Yeah, but I can imagine him coming to set and being like, Jesus.
Probably, yeah. And I mean, there's been some... I think there was even some pushback against that. Let me double check.
I don't know. They
okay, yeah, because Zorro's supposed to be a Mexican hero, and Banderas is actually from Spain.
Oh, right.
But it's better than rubbing fucking bronzo on Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's even in the 90s. That's something that they should have been like, wait, is this fucked up?
Is this fucked up? Should we do this?
They're doing like tan face, as I think how they justified it to themselves.
Right.
They're like, yeah, we're just making his complexion a little darker. It's fine. It's like, but why are you doing that?
Right.
To do what?
To do what? Yeah. They make his face a little darker, and then they put a lot of eyeshadow on him.
Yeah.
Stuart Wilson is British. Catherine Zeta-Jones is Welsh and Italian, I think. So it's kind of like like fucking casting Pacino to play Tony Montana.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah. So like nobody
that is fucking wild.
Nobody in this movie is Mexican.
Yeah, I didn't
At
realize
least none of the main
extent.
cast.
Yeah, that is something else. This definitely does need a remake, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just considering that.
I mean, and if they did the remake, they could have Banderas be the older Zorro who passes it on to a younger person.
Yeah. This also occurred to me that they need an Assassin's Creed style video game for Zorro.
Oh shit, yeah.
He's basically Assassin's Creeding it up
Kinda.
throughout this. And like I would love to play a video game as Zorro.
Yeah, actually I'd fuck with that pretty hard, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of built for modern video games as a character.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that would be really cool. Yeah, we didn't talk about the comedy bits with his horse.
Yeah, those are fine. They're fine.
Yeah, those are fine. But I guess for the sake of this podcast, we should talk about the potential of a sequel that apparently happens almost a decade later.
Yeah, many years later. I'll look into why that is.
Yeah, well, I don't know anything about the sequel.
Neither do I. I've never seen it.
I can't imagine it's going to satisfy me.
No, it probably won't be. Because, man, this is a strong setup for a couple of movies. Let's do a couple more of these.
Yeah, but it feels like it should have been immediate, and it has nothing even to do with age or the years past. For me, what the very ominous thing is the date, the numbers 2005.
Oh,
where I'm like, that is not a good time to be making movies.
There's a lot. That's one of the worst years of movies.
Yeah, I worked at a movie theater. I didn't even know this movie existed. I don't remember this movie existing.
Yep.
And so, like, I'm just worried about, like, oh, what are they going to do? Is there going to be bad CGI in this?
Oh, almost. Of course there will be.
Yeah, are they going to be trying to do like Lord of the Rings type shit? What bullshit are they going to pull in this goddamn sequel made in 2005? I'm very nervous. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
Is it the same director?
It is. It's the same director, some of the same writers, but they brought in Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman to do the screenplay. Which
I was taking a sip of something when you said
that.
Oh no.
I mean, at least Orsi is Mexican American, so at least they got.
Oh, okay.
At least they got one Mexican person involved in production.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
good on them.
But God, he's got a lot of bad ideas,
shit.
though.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a lot of bad ideas.
A lot of really bad ideas.
When did Casino Royale come out?
2006, I think.
Okay, well, that gives me a little hope because Martin Campbell was killing it at the time, and he's always pretty good. And same with Casino Royale, that had a lot of practical.
Was a lot of practical stuff. Yeah, that's true. Which was sort of against type at the time.
Yeah, they parkoured the shit out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of what made that movie fresh. That movie, I think, was part of, like, God, this is weird to say, 2006. But I think that movie is what gave us, like, the next era of, like, grittier reboots that paved way for, like... I mean, no, when was...
Batman Begins was 2005, but...
2005. Okay, so that actually they probably both happened at the same time.
They were similar, but I think it was because Batman Begins looks very different than the other movies in the series. So
that
like
is true.
The Dark
Batman
Knight
Begins
looks more like the Casino Royale style, like the Bourne Identity style of films that we started to get in the second half
that's
of
a
the
good
2000s.
point, because Batman Begins is actually a little dated, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has a very different look.
Remember when he pulled out that shoe thing that made bats fly around,
mm-hmm.
and then he never talked about it again for the entire series?
Yeah, I feel like that would be useful again.
Yeah, it'd be like if I saw Batman after that, I'd be like, so what's up with the bats? Like the bat shoe thing.
Yeah.
Where are those bats? Did they all die?
Yeah, can you make them come back? I feel like you could have thrown those at Bane.
Yeah, I think he was like, it ended really dark for the bats. So I just threw that technology
Or they just
away.
never came back.
Or they just never came back.
Just never came
like,
back.
We're free!
Shit.
But yeah, it's weird to think about. So maybe this sequel coming up also is like an underrated prelude to that.
I hope so. It
gritty
has
reboot.
It has a lot of the same people involved. So
as the original, as the original,
yeah, it's the one we just watched.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very curious then.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, we have to watch it next. You know,
a couple of tidbits. Robert Rodriguez was originally attached to this for several years.
Well, that would have been fucking cool.
And that's how Banderas got onto it.
Okay, that checks out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as I want to see Robert Rodriguez do Zorro.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I'm scared that he would go the wrong way with it.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not.
I don't know.
He does gritty action really well. He does violence really well. Or he does zany kids movies really well.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to make a Zorro, he would have to sort of combine those two.
Yeah.
And hit it right in the middle, because it really just needs to be an adventure film that doesn't need to be that fancy in the directing style. So I'd be very curious to see what a Rodriguez version would be.
Yeah, no.
What was he doing instead? Planet Terror?
Oh, no, this was way before that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're talking about this first movie.
This first movie.
Sorry, I was still stuck in 2000s.
No. This first movie, he just apparently he and Columbia TriStar couldn't agree on a budget.
That checks out.
Which is funny because from what I'm reading, they wanted $35 million. Then Rodriguez wanted $45. They said, "Okay, we'll do $41," and then he's like, "No."
He's like, "Look, I'm done with lower budgets.
Which, yeah.
I want exactly what I need."
The budget for this film, however, you want to take a crack at how much it wound up being? Because it wasn't $42 million. I'm
going to say 60.
Oh, Dave.
More?
95.
Woo.
Yeah.
That Anthony Hopkins, he don't come cheap, and then you got to smear brown face on him.
Yep.
You know?
That's probably $30 million right there. Yep. Do
you think that was like, they're like, okay, now put this on? And he's like, I'm going to need like at least 10 more million.
I'm going to need $10 million more dollars. Yeah. It's just funny to me that they lost Rodriguez arguing over a $42 million budget and then did more than twice that when they finally made the movie.
Yeah, I actually can see why that might happen, because I think Rodriguez is had he made From Dusk Till Dawn yet? That was was that before this?
He had done Desperado already.
Okay.
When he signed on to the movie. So actually, no, I don't know if he did. I think Dusk Till Dawn was 96.
GoldenEye clearly happened, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I think what it is that it's indie director versus a director who gave them GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
So it's just like, for you, we'll give you this much. We don't know yet. And then, yeah. Then they were like, all right, see ya. Thanks for Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
We're going to get a guy that we know makes hits, and then we'll give him more money.
Yeah.
That's my assumption. I don't know. Who can say what happened?
That checks out.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it worked out for everyone.
Yeah.
I still want to see a Robert Rodriguez Zorro, though.
Yeah, no, fuck yeah. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
The only other thing I got here is that Armand Desante was originally going to play Don Raphael.
Oh. Oh, God, yeah. Fuck.
Oh, put that into my veins.
Yeah. I want all these alternate versions, just right?
Him doing
now.
his full-on Judge Dredd shtick in this movie.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What does he say? I'm chaos. Puts just one statue over that doesn't even break.
Oh, yeah.
Like you hear it hit the ground and not break.
Hear it clunk. What an asshole.
What a fucking masterpiece.
Oh, good times.
Fucking God bless Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Best Judge Dredd movie.
Yeah. Oh man,
yeah.
I think that's probably it.
I think that's it. I'm looking at random actors that's going to be in the sequel, but we'll get to that. Mm-hmm. We'll cross that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, folks. Thanks for listening.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
I hope you're doing all right.
I hope everybody's staying safe. Whether you're staying at home or going out to protest.
Yep.
I hope everybody is just, I don't know, hoping.
Staying safe.
Yeah, coping. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We don't need to plug anything.
Nah.
Just donate. Just do. I don't know. Donate, or if you can't afford it, then don't. Just take care of yourselves, guys. I don't know. Or you know what? Get a Zorro mask and just
connect those dots.
Connect those dots. Can't legally tell you to become a
can't legally tell you to become Zorro,
anything.
but maybe you should become Zorro.
I don't know. We should all become Zorro.
Man, what if we were just all just Zorros?
Mm-hmm. It's certainly better than being the Guy Fawkes masks. That's for sure. They ruined that.
Yeah, that's really they really ate.
Let's make Zorro the next thing that we all get sick of seeing. We are let's yeah. Fuck it. I mean, they'll know exactly who you are because the Zorro mask sucks. But
yeah,
whatever.
It's
fine. Woo! America! Whew. All right.
Yeah, let's.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Duology Theater is brought to you by Gamefully Unemployed. Check out our cool shit at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed.